Hey everyone, this is Wet Slicks. We're back on TT Isle of Man Riding the Edge 3 for another career mode video. Today is the last race of the season before the TT gets started in earnest. We have had a terrible time of it the last couple of races, particularly the last one. The AI were just super overpowered against what we had on our bike. We will go into this now. We're kind of doing a section of the TT here for our last race, and it's going to be an interval start. So we are the last rider on the grid. We're going to be the last to get started here. So probably I'll skip through this next bit, and we'll kind of get going when we get started in earnest once all the other riders are gone. All right, so there is one rider left to go ahead of us. I think that might be Gary Johnson there. On his Triumph, no, it's Dom Herbertson that's going ahead of us there on his Triumph. We've got a couple of Triumphs ahead of us as we get ready on the line here for the last race of the season, and we are go off the line. The next rider up ahead of us is 10 seconds up the road. See if we can put a dent into their lead here. Got around to be a little bit cautious still, getting used to the realistic physics settings. I guess this is the section where we're coming up to Glen Helen, I believe. We'll come down here, and indeed is drop a couple of gears, push the bike through there. The AI is going to be very quick through that corner. See if we can make the time back somewhere else as we barely squeak by. Scraping the bike a little bit on the road. Again, not quite getting the grip that I would maybe expect from intermediate settings. Got someone who's gone off there. Yeah, that might have been Dom Herbertson there, having an awful crash off into the bushes. Gear as we understeer a little bit into that corner there, get the bike slowed down, get it into second gear, and push through here in Glen Helen. So that's one rider we know we are going to be ahead of then. Dom started 10 seconds in front of us and now he's behind us. That crash has cost him a hell of a lot of time to come up to the crunchy body straight. Up here, up the hill. Trying to get to the top speed of this bike, and here we are, just straight down this giant runway. We're about halfway through. I don't think we've made up a lot of time, so we're going to try and really push this last bit of the lap quite quick through there. And this one is a bit tricky sometimes, this like little right-left. Pushing a little bit more now, and we've got this corner down here by the wall that we're going to brake heavily into, get your head in the bush, get the bike over to the right, through there. Normally this section I feel quite quick, but we're going to have to be quite careful of the bottom of Big Arrow because it is very tricky on realistic settings. You need to be quite cautious. Oh, it's very easy to lose the bike there as well. We're pushing quite hard here. I'm going to drop it to fifth. Oh, just the bike did lift off the ground there completely. And coming up to these signs, then braking down to third. Push the bike through there, going out wide on this corner, but not too wide. Trying to find some kind of apex. Now we are up to the line. Let's see where it's going to put us. We were fourth there, which wasn't too bad. We were about 2 seconds. We were only fourth by like 1,000th of a second. We were 2 seconds off the riders in front of us. I think we just need a little bit more speed on this bike. The very first thing we're going to do when we get back to the garage now is upgrade the engine. That is absolutely like #1 priority. Good thing was we did get quite a haul of points there for the bike. We are absolutely not going to be going into the TT with a fully upgraded bike, but we are going to have some points from that. So we had 19 left over from last time. So let's have a look here. That's 59 minus 32. So that leaves us with 27 points. Very frustrating that we don't quite have enough for the next upgrade on those two things. But maybe we will leave that because we can potentially get quite a few points from qualifying well. I think we can go through and have a look here actually at qualifying next for the TT itself. Show information. So potentially we could get 50, 55 points here if we qualify well from this, which might give us just about enough points for those final two upgrades that are going to make a big difference to the bike. I am kind of regretting now upgrading the front suspension or the back suspension? The back suspension, because that really does absolutely nothing to the bike. It just gives you slightly better range, I believe. So that's not going to do a huge amount for the performance. So yeah, that is it. That is it now for build up. In terms of the career mode for our Supersport bike, we will now be going into the TT itself. We have qualifying for the TT coming up next time in the next video, and that is something I've been very, very much looking forward to. So looking forward to that for the next video. Anyway, for the moment, hope you've enjoyed watching, and see you next time.